we're in the process of raising up our sending team, which there's kind of two sides to it. One is there's the big startup cost, which I'll get to in a second, which is what's going to cover the preparation to move, the flights to Costa Rica, flights to Panama, the year of language school, which is a big investment, but it is something that we believe is going to set us up for the long haul of not only language, but as a family. Like I said, it's going to be that immersion into Latin culture, preparing us as a family to step into this next big chapter of life. But then it's also once we do go to Panama, it's like, okay, we need a vehicle. We need a computers. We need all that kind of stuff. And so those are all part of the startup cost, which I'll say that number, it's around $75,000, which can sound scary, but it's like, okay, but that's a lot of stuff that it covers. And that's why they call it the big startup costs. But then you have your ongoing monthly costs. And this is the ongoing support that takes care of all of our needs as a family, not only, the salary for living expenses, but taxes. People ask, like, do you have retirement, health insurance? Yes, all of that's going to be included, which is fantastic. We're really impressed with how Word of Life wants to take care of their people in all of things. And so all of that's covered. But then there's two other parts. One is it's called field expense, which is actually supports the ministry in Panama where we're going to be at. So it's also people investing in what we're doing in Panama. But also with this unique role, is it'll cover the ministry expenses within the role that I'm operating in. So it'll help enable me to do what I need to do, which is fantastic for people to support in that way. And then there's also the other pie that everyone knows about is the administrative fee, which is a way of supporting Word of Life all over the world. And this is where I love telling this part of the story. On the day that we became missionaries, one of the people side messaged me and said, "Fun fact: on the day that they had what's called the board of review, where the group met with us, and it wasn't the final checkoff; it was the celebration. It was like you are approved, welcome to the team." They said that we were one of 4 missionaries from all over the world who got approved that morning.
Oh, cool.
And so because of Zoom and technology, there was a missionary in Papua New Guinea, there was us in Panama, Lithuania, and Ethiopia.
Cool.
And so this person said, we traveled around the world this morning and had 4 new missionaries join us, and you guys were one of that. And so when you see the admin fee, you're supporting that. You're supporting what Word of Life is doing in over 80 countries, and that's what's pretty exciting about that too. But that number of our ongoing monthly team is 9,717. See if I got that right. And that's just our best estimate right now as we look at the numbers. What's this going to be? That could increase in the days ahead. But as we look at how many monthly partners and how many annual gifts and all that kind of thing, it needs to help cover that. Now, to connect those two, like I said, we could go after the startup cost first because that looks like a bigger, more scarier number. But actually, what we want to do and what we're praying for is we want people to jump in with the ongoing monthly team actually now.
Sure.
And the blessing of this year is we continue to have our role at the church, which provides our needs now. We don't need to raise support to live on right now. And so as we build our monthly team starting right now, all money raised is going into the bucket that's taking care of the startup costs, which is exciting. So we're kind of doing 2 things at once.
Yeah.
We're building a team that will continue to be with us well into the future, to month in, month out. But then as we build that even right now, which is why we announced when we did and everything we're doing, is so that now that both things will happen. But to say some specific dates, we're praying to have our startup costs raised by April 1st of 2025. And we would love to have our monthly team completely set by May 1st, 2025, so that as we go into June and July before we leave, that we're ready to launch into the season in Costa Rica, and we're ready to go. 100% fundraise.
Boots on the ground in Costa Rica, hopefully by end of the summer.
Yeah, it'll be August. So
School starts in August.
Yep, we'll be at Rock Point through July, and then sometime mid-August we'll be moving to Costa Rica, and then orientation, and then I go back to being a student again.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.